Mr. Nick Sim. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing first, coming out of East Chicago, Indiana, weighing in at 145 pounds, representing Team Cologne, ladies and gentlemen, David Madriz. His opponent in this Featherweight Championship main event contest, representing EKF Martial Arts and Health Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago, Illinois, at 145 pounds, here he is, Black Magic Tony Wheeler Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Nick Sim with the instructions.
Gentlemen, we've gone over the rules in the back. Do I have any questions from you, Tony? Any questions for you, David? I expect a clean, fair fight. Listen for my commands. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Go back to your course, come on, fighting.
Here we go, Featherweight Championship!
At the interviews yesterday, David said that he's going to be utilizing his wrestling to keep it on the feet. He wants to strike with Tony, and when I asked Tony how he felt about that, he said, good.
Tony's actually one of my favorite fighters to watch from Fight Card, so I've been looking forward to this fight all night.
Yeah, he's won numerous fights here via leg triangle, and both very strong grappling base. So I'm excited to see where this fight goes if they do decide to stay on the feet. Tony is a very well-rounded fighter, as David is as well. Ooh. David implementing those leg kicks early on.
Yeah, definitely trying to soften him up.
Tony just got back. He traveled out to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they trained with Jackson Wink. He really gives this sport everything he can. David secures the takedown. Tony goes into guard. Very active. Brings him into mission control.
Looking for an omoplata. Very loose guard. Armbar position. Looks like he might secure an armbar. And the transition to the leg triangle. Still attacking that armbar. And he's in position for both, either the leg triangle or the armbar.
And we've seen that from Tony in numerous of his past fights where he had secured an armbar and went straight to it. Tony looking like he's going back into mission control. A very good position to break posture of your opponent and keep control and to avoid strikes from the top. Looks like he'll soon go to the zombie by reaching his left arm. Nope. Going for a stand-up. Something to keep in mind, even though David is, some would say a dominant position, Tony has been able to put more threats towards him and put him in more danger from the bottom. Looks like he's going to utilize the cage.
Nice head kick by David.
Something you have to be very careful of. As soon as there's a break of space or separation, is somebody following it up either with a hook or a head kick. Phenomenal round. I really enjoyed that.
What do you give that round to, Ed?
I personally would give it to Tony. I think that he put, even though David was able to secure the takedown, he was in a dominant position longer. Tony threatened numerous submissions, and David didn't really get much strikes off at all.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Although he did have a top position, I felt like it was only for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Didn't really do a whole lot with it. Landed a couple small punches, but the submissions and the
and the punches and everything of Tony, I think won him the round.
Yeah, because I mean we're scoring the fight based off of strikes, significant strikes, cage control, and threatening submissions, of course. So it all needs to be taken into account.
Round two, fight!
Oh. Tony looking to close that gap and take this back down to the ground.
Nice knee there by David. And now we have David here with top position, but with a lot more time to work. So let's see what he does.
See now, the way that the judges could take this is if you see Tony deliberately pulling guard and David not getting the takedown from his own will. Oh, it doesn't do much scoring for David if he's not. Oh, Tony going right back to that armbar. Tony very comfortable from the bottom. Wouldn't be surprised if David backs up and allows him to stand up. Oh, butterfly hook in there with Tony.
And David here right in his corner. Right in his corner, and we've seen that all night. Being able to be in a dominant position right in your corner has been tremendous for the fighters all night.
Yeah, not much action happened here from the top. I wouldn't be surprised if he stood them up, and he stands them up. Tony Wheeler said that he was going to bring a head kick into reality today. In his interview yesterday, I'd be excited to see if that comes to fruition.
Well, Ed, you've been calling him all night, so who knows? Pretty much everything you said happened right after, so.
We shall see.
Looks like a low blow here.
Yeah. Yeah, those breaks in action can change the momentum of a fight. Having that extra 20 seconds to break, can change a lot. Oh, nice lead hook there from David. Tony pushing off of the cage with his back leg there. I think David is ultimately winning this round based off of cage control and dominant position. Tony hasn't done enough in this round to, secure a win in this round.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that at this point. There's really nothing that Tony's been. He did throw up a submission or two, but that was basically about it. David has been able to control Tony a lot better in this round.
The mistake David made there was when he had that single leg, is if he would have pressured in, kept the single leg, pressured in with his head, and allowed Tony to bounce off of the fence and run the pipe to the right, I think he easily could have been able to secure a takedown there, and which I do think he secured the round either way, but. Did they say this is going to be 3 rounds as well? I thought they're all supposed to be 5.
Well, the first was 5 MMA fight, so I would imagine that this is an MMA fight, so it'd be going to 5 as well. I'm not sure about the Muay Thai, why it went 3, but
because I think that Tony's going to need a little bit more time to, just score more points in general in this fight. if we have another round like that and it's a 3-round fight, you know, I would see David taking it.
Oh, big mistake there. Big mistake by David on a slip.
And that's something we've seen very often from Madriz in his past fights, is when he gives up dominant position, isn't able to secure a takedown or, you know, something such as that, is he pulls guard too easy and gives up the dominant position, you know, too well. But I'd like to see how Tony takes this.
Yeah, right now I have it 1 round apiece, so it'd be interesting to see in such an evenly matched fight how he does with his dominant position. He hasn't had top position yet. Oh, quick standoff. That was a little question.
Yeah, I think he was going to need to, you know, create separation, attempt to pass that guard if anything was going to happen there. Tony not doing a whole lot of work from the feet here. David utilizing his jab well.
Oh, big shots from Tony.
Nice. Oh, looks like he's going for an outside trip here. That's going to be a very tough position to take somebody down. And Tony does a great job with it. And he secures the back. This is a very dangerous position for Madriz.
Oh, the reversal. Spins out. Tony's still in a good position here, actually. Even though he's on bottom, he does have a chance to attack offensively.
Yeah, David's doing a great job of just keeping control of Tony and neutralizing his biggest asset, which is his jiu-jitsu. That is definitely the key to victory here for David, is, you know, utilizing his wrestling ability to, you know, keep it on the feet, score some points with his strikes, and ultimately keeping control from top. That's going to be the best thing for him throughout this entire fight.
Yeah, and there has been several times where he's almost been submitted, but using the wrestling, he's been able to keep it really tight with Tony and not give him a lot of space to breathe.
David going back to that lead leg kick, softening Tony up. Attempting a head kick there by David. Not a whole lot of movement from Tony on his feet. I think that if he's going to want to be... A lot of times in Tony's past fights, when he's secured top control, when it didn't come from a sweep or a transition from a submission, is it's not very often it's always a reactive takedown. It's not very often where he's initiating the takedown. So, you know, this might be, you know, a tough matchup for Tony, because not very often do you see him, you know, initiating a feint or going off of a takedown from his jabs or his strikes. So I'm very interested to see if he makes an adjustment here.
And that's going to be a very interesting round as well. Both guys had a dominant position at one point. Tony able to throw up a couple submissions. David with a little bit of striking success. So it was a very even round. It's going to be very interesting. Should just go to decision. Being that they were probably 1-1 going into that third round, which way that round goes.
Yeah, I see this fight currently with Madriz at 2 rounds with Tony to 1. If Tony doesn't win this round, he's going to have to finish it at the end. It looks like, I feel like Tony's going to want to pull guard. Not that that's going to be the best thing for him, but might be where he's comfortable. Great job digging for that underhook. Be nice if he could swing out and gain control of the inside. A little bit of a battle back and forth there. Oh, nice knee by
Big
Madriz.
knees, yeah, by Tony. A couple rabbit punches there.
Tony does a great job getting takedowns off of the cage by getting an
another big knee there by Tony, and another. But David relentless.
This is where David needs to. There he goes. Good job. A lot of times when they get that single leg, there's a battle of getting his foot to the outside from his opponent.
He secures almost a mount. And he's in a very dominant position here.
Same thing we've seen in the other rounds. Winning these rounds, winning this fight, based off of his takedowns and his control. And I think he's landed more strikes on his feet. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely say he landed more strikes. He's getting the better of the stand-up, and he's dominating the ground. Other than Tony throwing some submissions, which some of them were close, but for the most part, the wrestling has definitely been the difference in this fight.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like we got the crowd behind Tony, getting him back to his feet. Tony needs to put his back up against the cage, swing his right arm over the head, and dig for an underhook. There he goes. Great job. I think he needs to pummel his right arm to the inside once he gets squared up there. Good job getting back to his feet. Oh, a leg kick by Madriz. Another.
I feel like Tony kind of got lucky there, as he did get up, but the referee definitely gave him a
nice straight right.
Head kick.
Beautiful transitions from his striking to his takedown attempts. There he goes, digging for that underhook. Best thing for David right there, grabbing his single leg, pressing against him, and allowing Tony to come back to the left side and run in the pipe. Could be an easy finish for him.
Last two rounds very close. Feel like David kind of pulled away in that one and stole that round. The third, I'm still really not so sure, but it could be 3-1 or easily 2-2 as well. So this next round, we'll see. We'll see what happens, what the corners feel like, and if you see Tony coming out aggressive, thinking that he may be down 3-1.
Yeah, I think Tony's down 3-1. The first round definitely went to Tony with threatening as many submissions as he has, and every one of the other rounds, Madriz secured a takedown, landed more strikes on his feet. Tony's going to have to land that manifested head kick KO that he's been talking about, or going back to his bread and butter and getting a triangle choke from the bottom.
Oh, big right! Oh, and the head kick! And a knee! Tony pouring it on, coming out strong here.
Really he needs to lay it on him. He needs to empty the gas tank here. He needs to get back to his feet.
Take it off, separate.
He absolutely needs to create separation. If Madriz is able to secure this takedown, it's going to be very tough for Tony to finish this fight. He needs to kick out. I think it'd stand this fight up. It would get very exciting. Not, more than it is. Madriz is holding on for dear life. He was shook.
He was definitely rocked. There was a barrage of...
He needs to kick out. Tony needs to put his two hands in front of him and kick. Oh, he's secured back control.
Tony looking to get the hooks in. Flatten him out.
There has been a momentum shift in this fight.
It will be a little bit tough to secure a rear naked choke with having his back right against the cage. He needs the finish. He needs to bring him back. Tony looking very tired here. He's holding on. If Tony needs to bring this back to his feet and finish it from there, I don't think he's going to be able to secure a rear naked choke.
Yeah, I think he thinks that's his best option at this point. Standing up, he's afraid of the takedown. He's in a good position, but not a great position. And I think he's going to try to utilize this to finish the fight.
And being put up against the fence like that is not going to enable Tony to stretch Madriz out as if they were in the middle of the cage.
I think Tony's trying to grab the neck and fall backwards towards the middle of the cage if he's able to secure the neck.
Yeah, I think the best thing for him, there we go, creating that extending him out.
Running short on time here, Tony is. 10 seconds. He's going to need to finish this fight. He's got the choke.
It won't be enough.
No, and that's the end of the fight. You could sense the desperation from Tony. He probably felt he was down 3-1 and probably lost the fight 3 rounds to 2. David extremely happy, and I think that's
Michael Hampton, Caesar picked on the cage side.
I would have to give that to Madriz 3 rounds to 2.
Yeah, you could see the agony in Tony, kind of seeing that he comes up just a little bit short. David was very happy.
Brian Angelo's coming in the cage.
Knowing he's up 3-1, 3-2.
Caesar Pinto, we need you. Michael Hampton.
Great fight nonetheless. Very close fight.
We're ready to crown a new champion here, ladies and gentlemen.
Much respect between these two fighters. Madriz teammate.
Let's hear it. What a main event! Sounds like Rosemont, what a showdown it was here for a main event. Part of Supremacy 2018, our 60th event. And we go to the judges and the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, and the new Fight Cut Entertainment Featherweight Champion by split decision, Black Magic!